Oh, listen, I'm just updating you. I really don't have a shit thing to say because I've been busy. I've been busy, and frankly, I've been unmotivated. I don't know why. First of all, now you guys are gonna kick my ass, I know, but my mother, um, my mother, I believe, has died. Now, I'm not laughing that my mother died because Mom and I made our peace several months ago, and she said, when I die, don't worry about it. And I haven't. So I think she's dead. I talked to her like 3 or 4 days ago on the phone in the nursing home, and she said, I'm dying, but I love you. I said, well, it's the first time you've told me. Mom and I have a good time, you know. As she goes into outer space or outer darkness, she doesn't give a shit, neither do I. She was a decent mom. She wasn't good all the time, but she was a decent mom. And so anyway, that's one thing that has been on my mind. And I'll tell you why it's on my mind. I've never had anybody die that I know of. I'm 65 in a couple of days here, and I've never had a death. And I'm bipolar. I see death very different than you normal people see it. To me, it's like getting out of jail free. It's like parole. It's kind of like a pardon. But the rest of you don't see it that way. The rest of you are just scared to death. The most scared people of death are religious people. And they should be. Atheists. We live every day to try to be good people and to try to fit in life and contribute to society. And when we're dead, we're dead. We don't care what happens when we're dead. So it's very hard to scare an atheist. And the Mormons that keep writing in and saying, I don't want to be you when you die. I go, you probably will be. Poof, you're gone just like I am. I don't know. So anyway, the Mormons continue to threaten me. Not as much as they used to. Not as much as they used to. And now, DI, I found a Fat Man shirt again at DI. They got the best Fat Man shirts for like $3. They're nice. So anyway, I bought a reclining chair at DI. Now, I wanted a reclining chair. There's one more space up here in Kangaroo City, up on the second floor here of the basement apartment, that needed a recliner because I like to lay there and watch TV. See silly shit that goes on in the world. So I bought this recliner. Now, I have to admit, one of you wrote to me so cute and said, my $16, I'm ready to donate it again to the Filipino kids, but I want you to hold up again the transfer money sheet. I go, okay, no problem. In the Philippines, they've been flooding, but the stuff did get delivered. It has been delivered in the Philippines, and the man that sent the receipt screwed up. He thought they came through on the email, and they didn't. We notified him last night, and he will resend the receipts and the email, and then I'll move the rest of the money. There's about $150 or $60 left that you've donated, and I'll move it into the Philippines, and he'll do it again, and I'll hold up the charts to show it again. Well, now that being said, you guys kill me. You kill me. I bought another new car. I didn't use any Filipino kids' money. No, I know most of you go, sure. Jim Baker again. I go, no, god dang. It's still in the bank. I can show you the bank records and receipts. I never touched your money. I leveraged it like Donald Trump does, but no, I didn't. I would never break that sacred, secret responsibility to you guys. So anyway, we'll send the kids the rest of the money. And if you want to continue to donate, that's great. I'll process it, send it over there. My wife, Mercy, just mailed off her request for citizenship to become a U.S. citizen. And that's exciting. That, you know, February's been a hell of a month for our family here. We got a hell of a tax return. I know I'm going to jail in 3 or 4 months, but we spent it. And she's becoming a U.S. citizen. We both have birthdays this month. And I did get my last recliner chair. Now, I thought it was a bitchin' deal. Okay, so anyway, we bought this. It's called a RAV4 Toyota. It's kind of like a SUV. Because when I went into the Toyota dealership, there was a woman salesman there. And she says, you know, can I be real honest with you? And I said, yeah, Sir David the Bard loves honesty. And she says, you know, that Toyota Prius that you drive around looks silly with you in it. I said, oh, really? I've noticed that the girls aren't waving at me anymore. She says, well, no, there's reasons other than the Prius. But you're too fat. You look like you're wearing the Prius. You're not driving it. You need a bigger car so you look thinner. Well, now this girl's got my attention. Damn it. I'm a sucker for female salesmen. I really am. So anyway, we bought this RAV4, and it's a cute little car. And I'll tell you something. I've never had an all-wheel drive car, and I scared the shit out of Mercy. We bought the car, and we were driving it around, and I saw this great big open field. Now, down here in Australia, you don't see too many open fields. All you see is just open. But anyway, we had a strange snowstorm down here, and we had 2 feet of snow on the damn ground. Now, the kangaroos, they're having a hard time jumping because they go down in the snow. But anyway, you just see little heads bopping up as they go across the terrain here. Well, anyway, I thought, well, hell, you know, I spent all this money. It's supposed to have all-wheel drive. Let's see what all-wheel drive does in the snow. And now, I mean, this snow was as deep as the bumper. The bumper barely covered. I just drove off the road. Mercy's screaming at the new car, and the Sir David the Bard driving on no road. And I'll tell you, that son of a bitch, it went everywhere, just like it was on dry road. If I'd gone off there in the Prius, I would have gone 3 feet with that front-wheel drive and traction control. It was gone. But the RAV4, God, he jumped across all kinds of things, and we came back out on the street there in Kangaroo City, and I said, well, I want to climb a mountain. So we were looking for snowplows that had made these big mountains, and she's snapping the shit out. We're not climbing any mountains. So anyway, we did go up into the rich people up on the hill, because they have more snow and they have real steep driveways. You can't get up those driveways unless they're salted and plowed here in Australia. They're way up in the mountains in the cold region. And so we found a driveway there. It had not been plowed, and it was steep. I would say it was probably a 15 or 16% grade. And we stopped at the bottom, and that RAV4 just started right up it. Unbelievable. You know, I've never seen all-wheel drive, and this little car just goes anywhere. So anyway, I've been at the dealership. Now, the sales lady, she says, well, let's go see your wife at work. And I said, okay, because we can't use her credit unless she gives us permission. So the sales lady takes me to McDonald's for supper. I go, God, a woman taking me to supper, and then when we got in for the test drive, she lays the seat all the way back, and I told her, the Bard is not that easy. He's not that easy. Let me pull over. So anyway, we bought this thing, and we've been driving it around, and oh, God, we've had fun. And, you know, the Mormons say I'm a sad man. Well, that's what sad men do. They buy new cars and drive the shit out of them. And I love driving on no roads and in the open in the snow here in Kangaroo City. So that's been taking part of my time. So my mom's death, buying a new car. Oh, jeez. Allison, oh, Lord. She stole more money. We've had, you know, the kid is grounded until, you know, the coming of the Lord. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I've got her double medicated. When she's on medication, she's a sweet little angel. When that medication wears off, her horns and her tail comes right out. Maybe I should make her go join the Mormon church so she'll fit in with the rest of them. So anyway, she's been giving me some trouble. and that's been a little stressful. And I went to the doctor, and I I shouldn't say this shit on TV, but you know, I don't care. I don't care. And I don't know, some people like me. There's one or two that click on me. Anyway, I went to the doctor, and he says, yes, why are you here? I said, well, other than being mentally ill, I said, in the last couple of months, I peed the bed 3 times. That ain't normal shit. He goes, well, no, it's not. He says, were your sugars high? Because I'm diabetic. I said, well, they might have been. And he said, well, you're sleeping really, really deep. And I said, yes, I was hoping for death. He goes, that's what did it. Wear a diaper or forget about it. And I said, shit, I'm going to forget about it. So that depressed me a little bit. Even Sir David the Bard. I get on the scale and I'm up 6 pounds. That isn't good news. You know, the scale is going round and round and round. I'm going, you son of a bitch. I'm trying to stop it. And then I go in there and he tells me to wear a damn diaper. We talk about Allison for like an hour. And he says, I don't know what to do. I'm not a psychiatrist. And so anyway, that's taken some of my time up. And oh God, I think I built something since I last talked to you guys too. I'm trying to, down here in Australia, we build shit all the time because it's a poor country. Anyway, let's see, I wanted to let you know about the Philippine kids. Everything is fine there. You send your money, wait to show me the receipts, whatever you want to do, that's fine. But the pictures are coming and things are rolling along there. I did buy... That's one lady says, you're a stupid shit. You still keep going over to DI. And I go, I know. That's how boring my life is. I bought another chandelier. And it's gold. And, God, it's about, I don't know, it's about 4 feet deep. It has all these little lights up inside of it and everything. Oh, I remember. I told you guys that because I started 3 fires trying to wire it. I finally got it wired, so it turns on and there's no more fires. So I've been doing that. And frankly, I've just been trying to stay in the house because there's so many assholes that go out that front door. I just open the door and there's like 9,000 assholes standing right in front of my door, so I just try to stay in the house. I've moved away from doing the videos on the weaning out of the pants. And I've been trying to analyze why, because there's been 7 or 8 child molestation cases that I've skipped since my last one. I've seen it on the TVs and I've seen it on the newspapers and everything, but I haven't done them. I think the reason that I'm just kind of burned out on those is it's kind of ironical and kind of interesting when I started doing those, because I didn't know there were so many. There's about 1 a day in Utah. And it kind of makes me sick. It just makes me so sick. I don't want to turn into the child porn expert and the Dr. Phil of molestations of Mormons in Utah. So it's my own choice. My director... I don't have a director. My cameraman. Oh, hell, I don't have a cameraman. My light man. I don't have a light man, so you know what? I can do what the hell I want. So I've moved away from that. It makes me sad. It makes me angry. It makes me sick. And, you know, once you've, you know, had your share of that kind of news, it's up to you. You can pretend that I'm still on making new ones, but I'm not probably going to do a lot unless... In fact, I'm not even reading them, to tell you the God's truth. I see them, and I go, ah, my people are probably wanting to see those, but I don't want to do those anymore, so I'm not going to. So anyway, if you see me driving around in my new car, be happy for me. I'm not doing as many videos, I think, for a couple of reasons. One is, I've had a lot to say. I've had over 804 videos, I think, that are up there. And I've really been able to say most of the things, if not all the things I've ever wanted to say about my life, the Mormon Church, human beings. I've been able to express myself, and you've all been so kind to pretend that you're watching. I know you just click on it, and then it makes my numbers go up, and I go, oh shit, someone's looking. They're not. But it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. And so, you know, if something really crosses me, or there's something I think is really funny, certainly I'm going to report that. But I'm having... God, I'm very healthy. I'm very healthy. I've had quad bypass. I'm bipolar. I'm diabetic. And I'm wetting my pants. And I'm forgetting shit all the time. I couldn't find the computer room here for the... No, it's not that bad yet. But I'm forgetting shit. So I said to the doctor, I'm forgetting shit. And he goes, well, we'll give you a mental test. And I said, okay. I haven't ever had much of a mental test because I know I couldn't pass it. So anyway, the nice nurse comes in and she said, well, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. And I said, what? And she says, well, you're talking about memory. You're losing your memory. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, go ahead. So she asked me, like, once before I took this test, and after I answered, like, 3 questions, she said, that's fine. And out the door I went. So I thought, well, gee, you know, I must be okay. Well, this time she got to the 3rd question, and she said, count backwards from 100 by 7s. I said, 93? Somewhere around 84? Next question. God, I screwed that one up. So I knew, you know, when she started getting tears in her eyes, I was not doing well. And then I had to fold a piece of paper in half using my right hand and throw it on the ground. Well, I pulled that one off fine. And then I had to build a little house, a square house with a dormer on it. And I said, okay, hey, he did that. She says, well, now I'm going to say to you 3 words. And I want you to repeat them back. I said, wow, I think I got this one. So, I don't know. I can't remember what the words were. But she said them. I said them right back. She says, hey, that's good. I said, yeah, maybe I'm not as dementia as I thought I was getting. Well, she asked 2 or 3 more questions. And then the next question was, could you rename those things that I asked you to verbalize back to me? I thought and go, no, I can't. Tears start coming down my eyes now. Mercy's in the room. Tears are coming down. Everyone's crying, going, the bar's going to shit. Sir David, the bar's got 1 foot in the damn grave. So anyway, we went on down through it, and then she asked me, I'm not embarrassed. Bipolar people, we don't get embarrassed. It's just damn funny. She said, do you know what day of the week it is? I said, let me think a few minutes. I go finally, no, I don't know what day of the... And I don't care. All of my days are the same. You guys have a calendar and your days change. My days don't change. I'm bipolar. So everyone is weeping now. It looks like a damn funeral in process. So anyway, that's where I was. Well, by the time I got home, I looked a little depressed, and Mercy said, what's wrong? And I said, well, my mother died, and I gained 6 pounds, and I can't remember shit at the doctor's office, and he told me to wear diapers. This has not been a good day. But anyway, February has been a fabulous month for our family, whenever it was. I told you we got taxes back, and we got a new car, and we refinanced our house, and there's been you know, a couple of good buys at Desert Industries. That chandelier is like $500, and I got it for $15, and I was nearly killed hanging it. But anyway, it's been a good month for us, and I think it's going to be a good year for us. I'm sleeping more, and I like that. When I was raising a young family and being a Mormon and having, you know, 7 kids, 8 kids in the house at a time, I would get home from work sometimes 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and at 4 in the morning the alarm would go off. I had to drag my ass out of bed every day. I know what you people are going through. I was like a robot. I just worked and worked and worked. Now, I'm in the house all alone, all day here in Kangaroo City. You can open the curtains and see the beautiful scenery and little kangaroos jumping along. And I've got 3 recliners. And I choose. I go, well, let's see. I don't know what day of the week it is, but I think it's recliner number 3. He gets me for the day. I sit there, I got the intercom on one hand, and I got the remote on the other hand, and I can just push the intercom and go, someone bring me up a hamburger and make it some juice. It comes up the staircase automatically. Well, we don't have a staircase, but if we did, it comes up automatically. And then I watch one TV, and it's kind of nice. And then I go to another chair, and I go, chair number 1. Do you want some time today? And he goes, yes, yes. So chair number 1 gets his time too. So anyway, I am a very unhappy person because I resigned from the Mormon Church. I watch TV, I watch video, I watch Netflix, I sit in the jacuzzi for an hour, I sit, oh, you know, I did that too. You know, I told you I put my jacuzzi together with mirrors all around the jacuzzi. Well, Mercy's closet is across from the jacuzzi, and so I went and bought mirrored closet doors, and so now her closet doors reflects the jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi reflects that. You think you're in the temple naked again. I love it. I just sit there and go, God, he really is fat. Who is that guy in there? So anyway, we've had a good February, and I've had my say. I'm not saying I'm not going to produce anymore, but I'm not going to produce at the rate that I'm producing or was producing at. If you want to know anything about the Mormon Church, oh, somebody did ask a question that said I did not cover something. A Mormon funeral. They do dress endowed. People who've gone through the temple, who have the costume, the circus costume of the baker's hat and the apron and all the tangled robes. When you're dead, the Relief Society president dresses you. No one else dresses you in your temple clothes. It's the Relief Society president. So she puts you all in that stupid-looking outfit, and then you lay in the casket, and people come by and laugh that are not members of the church and go, what the hell? Why didn't they just do her hair or makeup and let her look normal? You know, why make the woman feel stupid when she's dead? The rest of us feel stupid. So anyway, I hope I've answered that question. And they don't like cremation, but if they cremate you, you still wear your temple garments that protect you from fire. So when they pull you out of the crematorium, it's just a skeleton in there. The skeleton will not burn where the garments were touching. So, God damn. How people can believe in this religious shit. And then today, the Pope goes, I don't want to be the Pope anymore. I'm quitting. Hell, I admire the guy. He says, I'm getting old, I can't think straight, and I'm not going to be like the Mormons that prop up their prophets for the last 3 or 4 years that are in total Alzheimer's and dementia and put a suit on them and pose the photography. So anyway, the Pope quit. I hope that gives Monson some ideas. I really hope that gives Monson some ideas. But anyway, the Catholics, I guess, are taking it well, and I am. I think it's wonderful that he's willing to go, hey, I'm too old. It's like me. I don't want to do too many more videos. I'm too old. And I can't remember a lot of stuff that goes on these days, but I don't have to. I have so many recliners that I just walk the house and I will run into one, and it will be hooked with a TV and a remote and a intercom that I can just push a button. Bring me up a Coke with some ice in it, and a kangaroo will jump up. The kangaroo looks an awful lot like a Filipino child, but I don't count that. If it's a kangaroo and they can bring up a drink, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. So anyway. I do appreciate you. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just saying I'm slowing down. Johnny Carson slowed down. Jay Leno will. My mom stopped. I'm sorry. I am bipolar. You know, I don't think the death of a human being, I see it as an escape from hell. It ain't going to hell. It's an escape from hell. And the religious people should be afraid, because they're never going to get enough points to live with Jesus. And if Jesus opens his arms and says, welcome, Sir David the Bard, I'm going to say, you know what? Screw you. I see what kind of a father you've been to me and the rest of your children. You need some parenting classes and some anger management. We brought the chair, the recliner, up the stairs here in the basement apartment. And it was on the floor, and the back of the chair would come off of a recliner. So Abigail took that up the staircase that we don't have for us. Now the three of us, Mercy and Abigail and me, were looking at the bottom of the chair, which was heavy shit. I'm not supposed to be lifting anything. And I can't make those two girls carry up without me lifting. I would rather die than sit there and watch my two 100-pound Filipino loved ones carrying it up. So Mercy's going to divorce me. I think she feels sorry for me, so she won't divorce me. We have one picture of Jesus in the house, which I don't mind. I don't mind a picture of Jesus in the house. I don't mind a picture of Buddha or Muhammad or I can't think of the Hindu guy. Who's that? Anyway, we're all three sitting there panting because we carried it up the staircases that we don't have. And I looked at Mercy. Now, I'm going to tell you... no, I'm not going to tell you. This was confidential to me. My daughter Abigail came to me and said, Dad, don't tell anybody this. So anyway, use your own imagination. So I turned to Mercy and I said, honey, I said, Jesus hasn't done shit for me in my whole life. He's never showed up. He's never spoken. And goddamn, every dollar I earned myself, and I did all of my college classes. He didn't help me do shit. And so I believe I'm a God, and I'm David Jesus. But I'd like to test your religion. Would you have Jesus carry that up to the second floor for me? She says, well, you don't believe in him. I said, well, no, I don't believe in him, but you do. Have him carry that up. Maybe you and Jesus could carry it up together, and that would be okay. She says, well, he doesn't work like that. I said, well, he doesn't work like anything. I've never seen him do anything. He lets his children... And, I'm going to tell you something serious. Every hungry child I see, and every elderly person... I've worked in nursing homes. I've seen people die. I had one lady that was no arms and no legs, laying in a bed in a nursing home in excruciating pain, screaming 24 hours a day. And I was young back there, I don't know, 26, 7, 8, something. And I went into the head nurse and I said, what the hell? Can't you give her some comforting medication? She says, no, only the doctor can do that, and he doesn't want to. Only the doctor can do that, and he doesn't want to, because it may endanger her life. What kind of life does she have? Well, she passed away screaming. So, every hungry child I see on this planet, 6,000 die a night. Every elderly person I see laying bedridden, screaming in pain. Every parent who's ever lost a child. All of the tragedy, all of the sadness, all of the hatred, wars. I'm going to say this. I hate Jesus and Mohammed and Buddha and the rest of these peckers that people worship that don't exist. If they did exist, I don't want to be with them. I'm not afraid of them. I don't want to be there when I die. The Mormons say, I don't want to be you when you die. You know what? If I get close to death here, I think Jesus is going to take a vacation. Because I'm not going to be easy on Jesus. I'm going to say, what the hell is going on down there? I've been in the Philippines. I had a child die in my arms. Me and my people fed several that we kept alive. Where was your rice? Where was your goddamn rice? Where was your empathy? Where was your sympathy for your children? Sorry, I get excited about that. I told you I had some trouble with Allison here stealing money again. And I told her she was going to have to walk to school. Now here in Australia, usually it's in the 90s, but it was 22 outside. And she's a manipulative child, and she manipulated all weekend to try not to have to walk to school. Well, I don't like punishing. I don't like punishing anybody. I don't want to see anybody in pain or anybody crying or sad or miserable. Jesus loves it. He's testing you. He's testing you. Shit. So anyway, you know, I dressed her in snowsuit and the whole thing and said, go walk. There's no law that says I have to take you to school. And the damn kangaroo school district here, the Mormon district, thinks you can walk under a mile. You're 7/10 of a mile. School thinks you can walk. Walk it. I've taken her every day for years. So out the door she goes. And when she left, I put my gloves and hat and shit on. And I went down to the car, started the car, and hopefully she didn't see me. She probably did. I know Allison. She's walking with 2 mirrors like this, you know. She knows I'm going to follow her. She knows I'm going to make sure no one kidnaps her. And if she gets too cold, I'm going to put her in the truck. So, when the Mormons and your Jesus laugh and laugh and laugh about torturing us atheists, torturing us inactive people, torturing Muslims and people that aren't Mormons, you're sick puppies. You're sick puppies. To have joy and fun and excitement at the suffering of another human being, you're not human. You're not human. Animals only kill basically to eat each other. They don't kill, and they're vengefulness, and they don't kill because of hatred. Man does that. And so anyway, I was just saying, the kind of father that I am, she needed discipline. She needed direction. I watched over her, and I made sure she was safe. And the next day, I couldn't do it. In fact, I think the next day is today, a couple hours ago. Bipolar, we don't have time. We don't have time, folks. You have calendars, you have days, you have times. We just have a fun life. So this morning, I said to her, do you know why you had to walk yesterday? And she said, no. And I said, take a guess. It was for stealing. And she came up with 9 other things. The kid can't even remember why she's being punished. So anyway, I took her to school today. And she puts her arms around me and says, thanks, I love you. Where's Jesus? Where the hell is your Jesus? Anyway, I don't want to get down on a Jesus joke and be negative, but I've had some hard knocks in my life, and Jesus has never done shit for me. I've had retarded kids. I've had 14 kids. I have ADHD kids now that I'm struggling with every day. I'm spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for psychiatrists and medications. I'm taking care of my children because I love them. I love them. A lot of times I don't like them, but I love them. And when I look at your gods and you religious people and what you worship, you got some pretty low standards. You got some pretty low standards. But if religion gives you peace and it gives you confidence and it gives you a reason to live, it doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. But I know how a father loves and treats his children. I don't see that with any of your religions. Not one on the face of the earth. My mom, is she in a better place? Hell, how could it be worse, folks? How could it be worse? That my mother died, and today there's pitchforks and devils sticking her? That's vacation. That's like laying in the Bahamas after living on this planet. So, you know, I look forward to the time that, you know, well, St. Peter, he quit too. So the Pope ain't coming, St. Peter ain't coming, and Monson can't find me. So, Jesus. I love you guys. You make my life worthwhile. Thanks.